and this is something that's come up a lot at the NJSBA legislative committees,
Yes.
is that they create these mandates, and even if hypothetically they gave us all of the money to fund, let's say full day kindergarten, we don't have the infrastructure, and very rarely, if ever, do they also provide the money to create that infrastructure.
Right.
So, and I know this happened in the district where I used to teach, where they were, given money for pre-K, but then all of a sudden they're like, well, where are we putting them? Because while they don't have our space issues, they did have some, they ended up having to rent from a church. So ultimately it would be great if he's funding this, but they also need to start looking at what else is going to be needed in order to do that.
And if I can,
I just one thought, because I'll lose it. You got a lot of warehouses in this town.
Right.
You don't know if there's anything new coming in their 5-year plan. Got to get to the new warehouse owners first, because in New Brunswick, they knew years ago that they were going to need fixing in their schools. One of the schools, by Feaster Park in New Brunswick, if you know it, it was filled with asbestos. So they had made a warehouse on Van Dyke Avenue into classrooms. They anticipated that there was going to be, each school was going to have to go over there at some time within 10 years. So each school has Lincoln Annex. They were there until the new school was opened up in September. If we can hit up a new person coming in here with a warehouse and say, do you need all this in the warehouse? Can we make some of the warehouse into classrooms? I mean, that's just my thought, because another district has done that. And every time you have an issue, you can move that school to that warehouse that's already set up for teaching to that school. And that's what New Brunswick did. And, I don't know if we want to think ahead about that and talk to the government, council. Is there anybody new coming in? Let's get them before they come here. You can't get them while they're here. They're already full. You got to catch them before they come in. That's just my thought, where we could put them. So,
put who?
if you got money for the funding for pre-K and kindergarten, and we don't have the
You
infrastructure.
would want to put students in warehouses? I don't think I would support that.
They're in warehouses in New Brunswick.
Well, they're not warehouses in Monroe Township, and I don't think our community would house students inside a warehouse. I think we would have to talk about putting additions onto our building or temporary classrooms. I don't think we should start talking about putting students in warehouses in.
It's just an
other
idea that
locations.
another district had and made the warehouse area into temporary classrooms until what was taken care of in their schools, so they can bring them back.